Hello, very good day to you. It is the middle of spring, but it's not always going to feel like it this week, with temperatures often several degrees below average. At the moment, we have high pressure towards the west of us, and the jet stream is pushing over the north of this, but then plunging southwards across the country. And with that, we have some cold air. Cold air towards the east of us is gradually going to push its way further westwards across the UK as we go through this week. And it's this that means our temperatures are going to turn a little bit lower than they have been recently and add to that cool feel, so feeling not particularly like spring, as I mentioned at the start. But if we go back to the here and now, and if we go through Tuesday morning, a warm front brings some cloud and some drizzly rain across parts of eastern, southeastern England first thing. Also a few outbreaks of rain across parts of Wales and southwest England perhaps. Otherwise, quite a bit of dry weather around, and where we have some clear skies, it will turn a little bit chilly, perhaps a touch of frost in the sheltered glens of Scotland, but it is going to turn colder as we go through the next few days. However, through Tuesday itself then, quite a bit of cloud and still some drizzly rain across parts of eastern, southeastern England, a lot of that pushing its way southwards as we go through the day, so turning a bit drier, brighter later on. A few showery outbreaks possible across parts of Wales and the southwest, and maybe one or two showers towards the northeast of England too, but on the whole, many places staying largely fine. Across many parts of England and Wales, there'll be some sunny spells breaking out, quite a few of these towards the north and west. Across Scotland and Northern Ireland, it's largely sunny skies here, plenty of blue skies. Bit of a west-east split in our temperatures on Tuesday. Towards the east, temperatures suppressed, high single figures or low double digits generally here. Further west though, several degrees higher than this, some places getting to the mid to high teens, so not feeling too bad, pleasantly warm here, but markedly colder further east. As we go through Tuesday night and into Wednesday, and we have high pressure towards the west of us, but low pressure towards the east. This is gradually going to feed its way in as we go through the middle part of the week. So a bit more unsettled, a bit blustery and a bit showery towards eastern parts as we go through Wednesday. Starting off though, a bit chillier than Tuesday morning, a greater chance of seeing a touch of frost across parts of Scotland, northern England, and generally some prone spots across central, southern England and Wales as well. Temperatures widely low single figures, so a cool start to the day for sure. As we go through the day itself though, plenty of fine weather towards the west, lots of sunshine here. Yes, there'll be some cloud at times, but generally fine and sunny. A bit more cloud towards the east and a greater chance of seeing some showers here. They could be quite frequent across the eastern parts in particular as we go through the afternoon, and they could be the odd heavy one mixed in too. Still a west-east split in our temperatures. In the east, temperatures will be a little bit lower than on Tuesday, and more places struggling into high single figures at best. Further west, also a little bit lower than on Tuesday, more widely getting into the low to mid-teens, so a slightly cooler feel for many of us. Sticking with the high pressure towards the west generally and low pressure towards the east as we go through Wednesday and into Thursday, and so it's still going to be across eastern parts where we have the greatest chance of some blustery and showery weather as we go through Thursday itself. Colder air becoming more widespread for a time, and so that means Thursday morning does look particularly chilly. A fairly widespread frost across rural spots of Scotland, England, Wales and also Northern Ireland, especially towards the west. Many places falling to low single figures, if not a few degrees below, away from the towns and cities. In the east, perhaps where we have a bit more cloud and a bit more of a wind here, it's not going to be quite as chilly as further west. As we go through the day on Thursday then, still some showers likely for eastern parts, and the odd heavy one is possible around parts of East Anglia and maybe Kent as we go through the afternoon too. Elsewhere, fair deal of fine sunny weather towards the north and west. Watch out for some showery rain pushing into the far north of Scotland later on, but generally dry for many of us, though you can't rule out the odd shower. For many, temperatures are going to be similar to Wednesday, perhaps picking up a little bit across some eastern parts, or a greater chance of getting into double figures here, but still a rather cool feel considering it's going to be mid to late April by this point. Now, as we go through into Friday, and there is going to be an air of low pressure developing towards the west-southwest of the UK, more on that in a second. Otherwise, through Friday itself, and it's a fine start for many of us. Perhaps not quite as chilly a start as on Thursday morning, but nonetheless, a touch of frost is still possible in a few areas. And then through Friday itself, then showery rain across parts of Scotland, pushes its way southwards and becomes more widespread as we go through the day. So a greater chance of catching some showery bursts for many of us as we go through Friday, though towards the southeast here it is likely to remain dry. So a bit of a reversal in fortunes compared to earlier on in the week. Temperatures starting to pick up a little bit, but they are still going to be a bit below average for the time of year, so not as cool as earlier on in the week. Now, I mentioned an area of low pressure, and this is likely to deepen somewhere towards the southwest of the UK as we go through later Friday. Now, there is a reasonable chance that this low will clear away towards the south, but some models want it to come back up towards the UK as we go into the weekend. And now if this happens, then that would bring some heavy rain spreading up from the south and also some strong winds, so a pretty unsettled weekend to come. But like I said, there is some uncertainty because the models all want to do slightly different things. Nonetheless, I think it is going to be slightly more unsettled weekend compared to what we'll see through much of this week. We will of course keep you up to date with the forecast as we get nearer the time, particularly if that unsettled spell does arrive this weekend. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss an update. Bye bye.